Yes. So this is the example. LabVIEW. The name of this example is our water filter. Basically, this is a water filter. We have three indicators. One is to receive water, second one is to processing water, and third one is to dispense water. So there are these three indicators will blink for 5 seconds each. And after this is the dispenser will start blinking, and to dispense the water in this particular jar, we have to click over here. Once we will click here, dispensing will be start, and the water will start filling the jar. So to start the process, initially we have to turn on or off this switch. Before turning it on, all the things will be disabled. Is and okay. So and this message display will display the particular process which is going on, like receiving water, processing water, dispensing water, and ready to dispense water. So let us start the program. We have to jump on block diagram. Here we have indicators and controls. So very first thing, we will take a while loop. This is the while loop. The conditional terminal. So basically, why do we use while loop? For the continuous execution of the program. So at the very initial point, our first task is to create a enum. Create an enum. How we can create? Right click. We'll go to numeric and enum and paste enum constant. And we have to feed the values like items. Go to edit items. Type over here. First process like JSON. Second one is C process water. Receive water, yeah. Water process, then dispense water, dispensing, wait, wait for dispense and dispensing water. Okay, stop. We have these much items in this limited constant. Right? Then I will take a case structure because we have so many cases, we have many processes. In type here, I'll do change color black, and this is the case. So what we'll do, we'll connect this enum with selector terminal, take the while straight. So very initial state is initialization, and we have initialization, we have these controls indicate. So at the time of initialization, let's say this tank is at 0. This tank is at 0. Say here, here. Initially tank is 0, and then apart from this tank, we have this process indicator. Process indicator should be off. Is it on right hand side? Create constant with, let's say, use cluster and bundle here. So before using this bundle, let's take a process indicator that is called a process indicator. Rather than taking cluster, we can take a constant as well, right? So delete it, right click, create constant, delete this inside the loop, visibility table. There is a process indicator, and this we need to use shift register. Why register? See that? And another indicator do we have, which indicator we have? This is display side. It's called side. Next, have this message. At the very start point, we have to take a string constant. That's off switch. It's fine. We will connect this. Yeah. So at the very initial stage, the message which will be displaying will be press on and off switch. And we have this process indicator which is all false, and we have tank value 0. That's fine. And apart from this, we have this Boolean switch. Let's say switch. We have the dispenser as a control. We have dispensing water. So this is the procedure. In the meantime, we have to display all the things, turn it on and off. We have to create an indicator for that. Indicator for receive water, process water, and dispense water. So in that case, we have here select, create here, select, right click, create continue linking. Similar way we have to it, because we want to blink it for some second, say it is 5 seconds, create 14 node and blinking property. Let's do the mode to light mode, light, light, change all to white. Okay, and place them in an order. Before doing this thing, we have to set everything on a default, and default case for numeric it is 0, and boolean it is false, and string it is string. So how we can take, we have to this vi server or this vi property accessing and node, connect both of them. We need to select a method that means default. We initialize all to default, and then after we need to close it, that is close reference. one reference view which we have opened, we have to close this before. In that case, if we place this system, this particular section, so it will make all the things before. Select. Now, what I'll do is the error bar. I'll mention here and our and the line. So in the initial state, in initialization state, all the process should be off. This all the blinking process should be off. So I'll do right click, create constant, blinking should be off. Yes, and apart from this, we have this dispense water control. This also should be wait, property node, blinking should be right click, right. Basically, I want to avoid blinking stage, and that is fine. So as I said, every process will run for at least 5 seconds. So I need to have a timer for that. We have to create a timer, say control and T. Take a timer. I have to take a while for a single run. This is a while loop. And then after taking a while loop, we will go to timings, we'll take a get time, seconds, convert this value, this whole get it time in seconds into dBl. To change it into dBl, we will go to conversion, take a dBl code. Basically, date and time and seconds will be converted into dBl here. Okay, so then after, what we will do, we will like this, the shift register, change this into shift register. So initially, then after we have to take a subtraction so that to calculate dt, time difference. This previous process. So this will give me dt. Say dt. After dt, we have to take a addition. Will do it in the numbers because everything we are changing into seconds. So it will be updated again. Another so we have to take like this terminal of addition. This should be, it should not go to here because we want to we want to connect both of them. So what I'll take, before taking this, we need to reset. I'll take a control. Let's say, yeah, let's say reset. Let's name it reset. And second one is we can give a time. So time is a constant, so I don't think that will be useful. Here, after connecting this, we have to take a select so that to switch between the values. So when it says when I press on reset button, the value should be 0. The value should be 0. Right? And then when it is off, then this value should go to this terminal. And nextly. So this is for the timing. And the thing is, what I have to do, we have to compare that this value, whatever we are getting from the select terminal, is greater than or equal to 5 seconds. And so it may be a true, be a false. Right click, create indicator, you can say and this value which we are getting from here, that should be renamed as elapsed time. So time elapsed and elapsed time, and this will run only for one second. Okay. So what we have to do now, we will take haters. Let's say in this here data flow. We need to use this to pass the data flow. And now it's time to give terminal assignment because it is a sub VI. So we can use this terminal assignment. Yes, and reset is going to here. Elapsed. Elapsed. Okay. Then in the meantime, we need to change an icon. That's what I'll do. Initially here, the template, we'll select the template and click. Now, our text here, what is this? This is our code name and welcome to this. Go to Eclipse and type here time. You can have a lot of more. Can take anything. Have same icon as say this or now. So I want to add timer and block diagram. So I'll right click and action, select the PI and place. We have this error in error white so that we can connect to follow the data flow. This we have this timer here. Smooth and so at very initial position, timer should be 0. It should be reset, right? So initially we have to give this constant, let's give it 2 at initial position and move it more space. Z. No, we have this on off switch is it when the process select when the switch is off. So we have to take this. We have to be here in utilization condition. Otherwise, we have to see water Z the copy. We have to be initialized. Basically, we are doing a design pattern. We are design pattern state machine type. In that case, we have to go here and this while straight, right click, shift register here, and here. In that case, the shift register will help process new case which was generated. So now we have the things ready. Why it is broken? One thing should be tunnel is missing. That is fine. Let's delete them. This while loop, no issue. Two, I'll create a false. False statement. Two. Now you can see run button is no more broken. So we have to go, we have to follow a new process. Okay, so in that case, we have to give a new constant also. Like in this case, suppose time has not been elapsed. In that case, say this for the next case. Register, we can shift it upside, get better visualization, and let's do it. Shift it here, and time calculation is 0. Next process we will do here is receive water. So what we have to do in receive water, everything like say will be same. Like if I talk about processes, let's say we have to add another case, that is after, that is receive water case. In this case also, to expedite the process, what we do is to duplicate case, receive water, switch should be deleted. B, this is also deleted. B, now in that case, I have to for this reset, make this the shift reset. In that case, timer will be showing over here. And then after, what I have to do is I need to switch if this process. So what will be water here? The message will be water receiving receiving this message. What will be the tank value? Tank should be 0. Yes, it should be 0. And this tank should be, let's say, we need to So in that case, I have to take another shift register that to give this value. Register shift register, and in the three water case, what I have to do is I need to change the value. You go to the cluster and bundle by name. Have previous cluster like this. Now we have three cases: receive, process, and dispense water. This should be okay. So in that case, it is receiving water. So the LED related to receive water should be true, and else should be false. Yeah. So now we have message water receiving, and this is true. Tank is still zero. Tank is still zero. Let's connect here. Yes. What will be the case now? In this case, blinking, blinking of blinking of receiving water, process water, dispensing water is still off. In this case, apart from this receiving water, this has to blink now. Right click, create instant. This should blink, this should off. And now we have to this time see this timer. Check if the water means the timer level, the time has elapsed. If time has elapsed, it's true. So there should be two cases. Case number one is true case means it should go to the process water, and otherwise it should be there in that should be there in receive water. So and both of them that should be shift register. Okay. So we have we are done here with in receive water case, and same thing will happen with process water. So what I'll do, do right click, duplicate, process water. I have to make it false. Should link to true. This should be blinking off. Okay. So again, we have to check the timer for this. Should be in dispense water, otherwise it should be in process water. Here, false, process water true, ready, true, and dispense water should be off. We have to write here water processing. We have to write here water processing, and then after we have to check whether it has elapsed or not. It will be false, timer, and water is still zero. That is fine. Now, moving ahead, we have to go next process. And we'll do duplicate the dispense water. The things will be same, just change this blink here, here. Should be false. Dispense water will be true. Then after, again, we have to make it false, false, and true. just align. Then water processing dispensing. Water dispense right here. This two it should go to wait dispense because it will be blinking. Fire, fire, and then otherwise should be in dispense water. Yeah. So it should be in dispense, otherwise it should be uh dispense water, otherwise it should have to go wait for dispense. Then now what we have to see still tank is zero, tank is zero here, and it is going to wait for dispense water here, wait for this water and dispensing water, wait for dispense. That's fine. Now we have to give additional value here, it constant, so that we want to add the water level with the multiplication of 2, so that to the level up to 100, adding with 2, and again false, false and true. This will be false, false and true. In this case, this is our dispensing water dispense will be 2. That is fine. Timer. So we have to check here dispense water. And calculation we don't have C to dispense, that is fine. Now we will move to duplicate case. In this case, the dispenser will keep on blinking, else will be off. Let's connect dispenser with blinking. That is fine. So in this case, only dispenser will blink, else everything will be off. So here again, we have to check. Here we don't have to see the timer because there is no rule of timer here. We will delete all the cases and we will connect this reset with. So we have a control. See dispenser. I connect this dispenser. So we need to, if dispenser is true, it should go to dispensing water. If it is false, it should go to wait for dispense. It should be still in this condition. In this case, wait for dispensing. So wait for dispensing. Yeah, it will be dispense water. It should be off and on, and time duration 0. Wait for dispense. Wait dispense. Wait for dispense, and then this condition should be false. Time duration process true, and wait for, yeah, message will be here. And tank should be connected, should not here in the watts and straight. So we have this addition x1, x2, x3. Let's move the label right side because they are indicator. We can do it. Line distance between each of them 0. Dispensing water. Okay. So whenever Whenever it is true, whenever it is true, in that case, this all should dispense water, yeah, duplicate case. In case of dispensing water, here this, yeah, it is. Control Z, dispense water, deleted. E, and dispensing water is there, dispenser. E, deleted. Let's copy this here. Yes, so that should be connected, and Control Z, and let's create constant that should be false. Whenever I click here, it should be false. Yes. So in that case, if we say it is dispensing water, case of dispensing water, it should be dispensers should be blinking. You can say, let's say it's blinking, and rest everything should be false. And in case of dispensing, water, we need to subtract here with the value 2, the constant 2, and connect this with, yes. So this is connected now, dispensing water. We can write here dispensing water, and everything should be false in this case. And if here we have to add a timer, right click, timer, select the VI, we can place timer here. Let's attach here. And now we have to check for how many time it should run. Smooth side. Again, this is the case of dispensing water. Yeah, dispensing water. And then after stop and dispensing water should be there. If it is stop, it should be dispensing water. When the timer we have this, when the timer has completed for 5 seconds, it should be stopped. And in the meantime, all these values should be true. Be it constant, true, 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 and dispenser should be true. Let's see. Let's run the process on water receiving, and for 5 minutes, 5 seconds, then water processing, then it is thinking, ready to dispense. Why this happened? Thinking, need to see this. This is the faulty one. I have to check here. I have to check here in case, receive water, this is 0, initial condition 0, receive water, this is 0, process water is still 0, dispensing water, dispense water, it should be true. Yeah, that is fine. Let's give the time delay of constant, let's say 100 seconds. T, Control R, turn it on, consuming water, then water processing. In this case, ready to dispense, water is filling. Again, it is blinking. What I'll do, will dispense in the water, turn off. Yes, it is moving in another condition. What I have to do, we have not created a stop case. Dispense water, we have to create duplicate and stop case. Everything should be false. It is false. It should false. No timer. Control B. Create constant. Should be true. Now case switch should be in a stop. True. Stop should be true. And in this case, stop water will be, this should be 0. Yeah. Let's start again. 125 G. Let's run this program. Everything is 0. And say on set all the things place here, this place here, side. We have true only in this. What about true? We have true here. And dispensing only, dispensing water. And this case, rest of the cases, it should be false. E, yeah. So now the program is ready. We need to run this. This on off switch, turn it on. 5 seconds. Then water processing. In this, it will move to ready to dispense. It will fill the bottle. Then after, yes. So this was the program.